Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet. It's between the first and second period between Calgary and Florida. The first period of Boston-Pittsburgh is going on because ESPN delayed the puck drop till about 50 minutes after when it's supposed to be, so it's fine. Anyways, news of the day for all you fine people. Your Saturday, March the 1st. It's absolutely gorgeous day outside. Really, really difficult for me not to just take a sunny day. You know, we have snow days. So let's say what if we had sunny? What if you could call in sick and go, it's too nice out, I can't come to work. Anyway, your 3 stars of the month in the NHL this month. Nathan MacKinnon for Colorado, your first star, 8 games, 4 goals, 8 assists, 12 points. Brandon Hagel of the Tampa Bay Lightning, second star, 8 games, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. And Leon Draisaitl of the Oilers, the third star, 8 games, 8 goals, 4 assists, 12 points. So 3 pretty big names there on the board for your 3 stars. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Parake, a future point man for the Calgary Flames. He's going to be an excellent point man, I think, in the National Hockey League. OHL Defenseman of the Month for the second month in a row, and he had 31 points in 14 games this month. So Parake is playing really, really well the year after his draft. And so if you're a Flames fan, good reason to think that this kid's going to be the real deal. A trade was completed, so I talked about this in the first trade video this morning. I didn't feel like this one needed to be its own trade video, however. Gustav Nyquist is back to Minnesota. I believe he was there as a rental not too long ago. Now, Nyquist is not having the kind of season he had last year. Last year he had 75 points. Everything was falling his way. This year, not so much, but hasn't fallen that way for many players in Nashville. 57 games, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. He will get a chance to succeed in Minnesota as they need all the skill they can find right now. Nashville gets a 2026 second round pick. I think Nashville did well considering Nyquist is 35 years of age and not in their future plans. I think getting a second round pick next year, that's a pretty good return for Nashville. So Nyquist joins a battered and bruised Minnesota lineup, and we'll see if he gives them a little bit of energy and a little bit of a boost, as they seriously do need that right now in Minnesota. Good news for Ottawa fans. While Clevin is going to be out tonight, Ullmark gets the start. Norris, Pinto returned to the lineup, so does Tkachuk. So things getting a lot healthier for Ottawa. Now it's a matter of those wins starting to come, because the teams above that playoff line are not going to be easy to catch. Ottawa, I believe, 4 points back coming into today, right? So today's an important day, and you're rooting for the Columbus-Detroit game not to go to overtime. So if it goes to overtime, that means both teams get points, and it gets a little more difficult to catch up. And at this time of the year, it is pretty commonplace for some reason that we see that, where teams that are trying to catch up, everybody gets points, and it gets much more difficult. So Toronto news, Chris Tanev is feeling better. At least that's the report from Coach Craig Berube. However, Tanev is not expected to play tomorrow or I believe Monday as well. So their next 2 games he's expected to miss. Toronto, a team that's not really, I mean, they're very much used to having to deal with injuries in Toronto as well. Ekman Larsson was not at practice. He did not play the last, I think it was almost 15 minutes of the game last night against the Rangers. He did have a goal in the first period. So in the event that Ekman Larsson's not good to go tomorrow either, it really does test the blue line depth for Toronto and probably puts that into focus for Brad Treliving at the deadline. I would be very surprised if Toronto doesn't look to pick up at least a depth defenseman, if not 2, between now and Friday. Ilya Sorokin, so this is kind of a fun piece of news from today's hockey without ruining any of the result. Sorokin credited with a goal today against the Preds. Good on him. He did not shoot it into the net. It was an own goal by a Nashville player, and Sorokin gets credited with it. He had a big grin on his face. They kept the puck at the bench. It's a good story for an Islanders team that may not make the playoffs, but nice to see Sorokin get the goal today in that game. Pastrnak also extended his point streak today. It is now at 17 games. Pastrnak, I do find it interesting because they talk about, the scoring with the Bruins and how it's not all that great. I think that really underlines just how impressive Pasternak's season has been. And at certain points this year, he's had struggles with scoring goals. I've seen people be critical of him, but right now he has 32 goals, and he is easily the best forward on the Boston Bruins. Ovechkin also with today's games. He is now 11 goals away from setting the goal-scoring record, passing Gretzky and all of that. So there is a chance that he's going to get there. We shall see. Of course, for Ovechkin, I think he's more concerned about the Capitals, and their play going into the playoffs than whether or not he gets the record. At least that's always the impression I've got from him. At least in I would say any season from about 2017 on, it's been more about what the team gets done than Ovi. And I don't know if that's accurate or not, but early on in his career, it felt like it was more about him getting the goals and all that. But Ovechkin, very much a team player at this point, and I think he wants the wins and he wants to see this team win another Stanley Cup. Tyler Tucker, this was yesterday. Didn't get through to this, so we'll go ahead and get through to this now. Tucker signed a 2-year extension with the St. Louis Blues. It is a cap hit of $925,000, which kind of underscores what I said in that video yesterday talking about the cap and players and everything. The bottom 6 forwards, the 5th, 6th defensemen will not see huge raises, even with the salary cap going through the roof. That money's going to get earmarked for your star players and your top guys. So, yeah, Tucker gets 2-year extension. Hardworking player, and all the best to him. And there you go. So try to get this done during a busy day today. I will be doing a review of the first 4 games and then a review of the other 9 games tonight. And it's very likely that I will be including the preview for Sunday on one of the boards I'm using for tonight for the hockey games to round out Saturday's action. So if you end up looking for the preview, it's going to be tacked onto the end of tonight's review. It just feels like that's the best place to put that as of now. So thank you guys so much for all your support as always. Hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. I will talk to you again soon.